All right, welcome back to Market Day Report. He says, it's not commodity wrap kickoff. It's not the cow got close. It's Market Day Report. And this is where we report on the markets. Why don't we take a look at those markets, because that's what you want to see. You don't really care about me. Let's move on and see what the corn board's got in store for us. And it's got nothing in store for us. Look at this. We're only one tick better in Dece in March, just to tick off the unchanged level, right? So 488 and a quarters now. And now we're unchanged in Dece. Sharply unchanged, actually. 488 and a quarter is last in Dece. That's about 2.5 cents off the lows. We got about 5 cents to go to the highs, so you can get an idea about what's going on. But the answer is not a lot. We're a quarter cent better in March to 503 and a quarter. So there you go. What's it going to take to get Dece corn over $5? Who knows? Well, maybe we'll ask our guest analyst that. How about soybeans? They're a little bit better. They've got double-digit gains, but they've kind of sunk in a little bit here. Gave back a little real estate. 12.5 cents better now in the Novi new crop. 13.84 and a quarter is last there. And if we take a look at Jan, that's up 12.5 cents to 13.96. Let's see what the wheat's got in store for us in Chicago. That's lower by over a dime in Dece. 10.5 cents lower. 6.21 and a quarter is last there. If we go out to the March, 9.75 cents lower there to 6.48 and a quarter. So that's what's happening in Chicago wheat. From Chicago, we can go to Kansas City and see that's a little bit of a smorgasbord, a little something for everybody, right? This is the hard red in Kansas City. December's up 1.25 cents to 7.63 and 3/4. That's pretty much in the middle of the day's range. But look at March. March is sharply unchanged to 7.67 and 3/4. Not a lot going on there either. Okay, from Kansas City, we can go to Minneapolis and take a look at the spring wheat. That Dece contract is up 2.75 cents to 8.02 even. Got an 8 in front of that one, about 5 cents from the highs and 5 cents from the lows. I'll tell you that we're right smack dab in the middle of the day's range. March is up 1.5 cents to 8.15 and a half. Let's see about what cotton's got in store for us. That's got a decent gain today, 130 points higher in that Dece contract. The 87.39, that's a dime off of the highs. All right, let's bring in our guest analyst, Todd Bubba Horowitz. He's with Bubba Trading, normally coming to us from Las Vegas, now Chicago. Todd, what sticks out at you when you take a look at these prices? There's a lot going on, lots to talk about. What do you think?
I think there's nothing going on, Scott. I think they're in trouble. I think that somebody's got their finger on the scale and is keeping the pressure on the farmers. There's just not a lot going on, and we can't seem to get a rally. I mean, the best we've got is in soybeans, and soybeans are trying to just get back to the recent highs. The whole picture doesn't look good, and no matter what consumer confidence is, no matter what they tell us, things are not very good. And I don't see them getting much better because of the backwards way that we're doing things. I mean, between the rate hikes and all the other nonsense that's going on, it's just the environment and the economy is not healthy.
And were you surprised by Jay Powell's comments today at Jackson Hole?
No, but I try not to listen because half the time he says three things at the same time, and it's hard to listen, pay attention when you don't know what he's really saying.
So we've got corn unchanged basically today, struggling a little bit. We've got wheat struggling a little bit. Now we do see a better bean board, which also mirrors really what the funds have got on board. They're short corn and wheat, and they're long beans. That looks like they've got that one right, but still, what's it going to take to put a 5 in front of that Dece corn?
Well, I think it's going to take a better economy, and I think it's going to take more participation. I mean, we're seeing, I think, the slowest participation in these markets that I've seen in years, and it's not even close. I mean, it's almost as if they're not open every day. It's almost like holiday trade every day, which is not a healthy sign when you're not getting outside money or new money to flow into these markets. And what's it going to take? Well, I don't know. I mean, we saw the equities melt down, which usually would bring money to the grain markets last week, but that didn't do anything. And now this week, all week until yesterday, the equities rallied, and the grains they're just kind of stuck in mud. I think what it's going to take, Scott, is a little bit of news that is positive that's going to trap the shorts and where we get a big short squeeze that could then lead into an uptrend. But until then, it's really a challenge. It's a tough market, and the spread between wholesale and retail is way too big, which means there's an issue somewhere.
All right, we're going to leave it at that. We're going to move on to the livestock when we come back from the break. I appreciate it. Stay right there, Todd. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and we're going to talk more with Todd Horowitz about the livestock after this. All right, let's take a look at the livestock. Welcome back. We'll take a look at live cattle first. That's where we usually jump off at. What do we have happening in live cattle? Not a lot. Look at this. We got October up a dime. That's 4 ticks, right? 180.82 is last there. I guess we're closer to the high than the low, but still, the range there is about $1.30, and we're right pretty much in the middle of it. Right, I'm not going to make too much of that. Dees is up 10 cents as well, to 184.62. Don't want to try to waste too much breath on that because there really isn't a lot going on, and feeders also suffer from a little of that lack of activity as well. October's up 47 cents to 253.72, and that's in the middle of the day's range as well, maybe a little bit more towards the upper end, but still not a lot going on. Do have a 72-cent gain in Nove right behind it, though, to 255.07. Then finally, lean hogs have just done a complete reversal here, folks. I don't know why, but October was up earlier today, and now it's down $1.07, and we're close to the low of the day. By about 27 cents now, by about 25 cents now. So there you go. Complete reversal. Something must have come out here, but that one is now taking a turn for the worse. All right, let's bring in our guest analyst. He's the one that actually highlighted it to us. He doesn't know why either. But anyway, thanks for sticking around for us, Todd. It looks as though that we do have some selling suddenly coming into the hogs. Something must have come out, but that just goes to show you how fickle these markets can be.
Oh yeah, I mean, Scott, again, if we look at the general economy, that's not in good shape. We look at what's going on, and the consumers aren't in good shape, no matter what we say. Because remember, those surveys are based on a very few small minimal of people. And again, the cattle markets are okay, but I don't think they have much room, which is why I've seen the last couple of weeks we've seen really a stall with not much selling, not much buying, just kind of hanging, which would indicate to me that they're more waiting to go lower than higher. And I think hogs are just starting to turn over, and we don't have a great economic environment to really support any of these products right now, because I think everybody's trying to cut back wherever they can.
I agree. It seems like 2/3 of the economy out there feels like we're in a recession, then the other 1/3 who's in charge doesn't really care. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much.
Scotty.
Todd Horowitz, Bubba Trading, coming to us from Chicago on the phone there. Bring it back here to Music City, Music Row, Nashville.